In today's video, we'll be talking about 3 reasons why you shouldn't be learning too many words in a single day. Let's go. Maybe you have also seen some YouTube videos with people saying that they magically learned a language in 7 days, or they started to speak on a very high level starting from zero in just 30 days. And well, probably you understand that it's a lie. Based on research and science, what we can see is that you can't learn a language in 7 days, not even in 30. And yeah, you can learn to introduce yourself and maybe say something else in 7 days, obviously, but it's not proper learning of a language so that you would actually feel comfortable in all kinds of real life situations. Now, what we see from research is that an optimal time to learn a new language, meaning getting from zero to solid speaking skills, is around 3 months. And this is already so fast. And there is one crucial reason for that. Learning a language is not just memorizing a bunch of new words. It's also a biological process. Quite literally, your brain and your memory need time to make the necessary changes for you to be able to speak the language. But obviously, such a clickbait of saying, I learned the language in 7 days, watch me do it, will work because it speaks to our inner selves. It speaks to ourselves who want to always be faster, better, more efficient than anybody else. But what we've seen in Speakly and what I've seen working as a language scientist and language expert for over 10 years researching languages is that such a strategy of starting off with learning too many words is actually a very bad idea. What we see from years of research and learners' data is that people who learn a little bit every single day but do it consistently are significantly more successful than the heavy hitters who start with maybe learning 30 new words every single day, but then for some reason dropping off after a few days, having a pause in their learning process, and then continuing maybe a few days later. So basically the story about the turtle and the hare makes sense, and it's true in all walks of life, language learning included. So as today's study tip, I'm here to say that to be successful in learning a new language with Speakly, for example, it's crucial to have a low daily goal, for example 5 or 10 words per day, and to reach this daily goal consistently. And here are 3 reasons that will help you understand why. As I mentioned before, learning a language is not just memorizing a bunch of new words. It's also a biological process which includes your brain, your memory, and it all has to work together. So the first thing to keep in mind is that you need to be gentle with your memory. So that's the reason why I was telling you that it's a good idea to have a small daily goal, because it's easy for your memory to process all this new information while you are doing your own things throughout the day. That's also one thing that people usually don't understand, that the most of the learning per se happens after you have already finalized all your learning activities. It's during rest and sleep, most significantly. So keep this in mind, be gentle with your memory and give it a little bit of new knowledge every single day, but don't overheat it. As you know, many people start learning a new language in the beginning of the year, and as you also probably know, 99% of those people drop off the whole language learning challenge and they never come back. Now, it might seem logical to think that these people just don't have motivation, or they don't have time, or maybe there is another reason, but what we see from research is that these people who fail in keeping this promise to themselves actually have one very strong thing in common. They all failed to form a new habit successfully because they were inconsistent in their studies. So the crucial thing to understand here is that we don't need motivation. We really don't. We just need a habit, and when you have a habit, then doing something is almost automatic. You don't need to think about it. So the crucial question would be, how do I get a habit? How do I form one? Now, the science is a bit vague regarding that, and there are different studies that say that you can form a new habit if you do an action on a daily basis for 14 days up to 33 days. If you do a single action every single day, even just a little bit, for at least 14 days up to 33 days, then you can be sure that you have formed a new habit, and actually following it is so easy that you don't even notice it. We've seen this with people who have very long streaks in Speakly, for example, who give us feedback that while they are studying, they don't even notice that they need to learn every single day, because they will just take their phone automatically in the morning as the first thing, because it's already a formed habit. Now, I understand that this may sound a little strange, because why do I say that you can't control your own memory? That's weird, right? It's your memory. You should do with it what you like, but unfortunately, that's not the case at all. So basically, if your memory or brain see that you are doing something irrational, then they will take over the control. Okay, this is strange, but you may ask, how is this related to language learning? Then, well, it's quite directly connected, because if you overheat your memory and it doesn't want to take in any more new information, then basically you don't get to say anything, because your memory will block you from learning new stuff. So for example, based on research, what we can see is that people who start their learning process with a lot of energy, what they are reporting in a few days or in a week is that for some weird reason they lost their motivation, or they didn't have time anymore to study, or for some reason they just didn't continue, so they will have a pause in their studies, right? And then after a few days maybe they will continue again. Now, the reason what we can see behind this is that your memory just doesn't want all this information being pushed into it, and it needs more time process the previously learned stuff, so it will basically take a break. So as a summary, respect your memory and follow the research that shows that people who make small steps every single day consistently will reach much better results than people who will have crazy learning spurts but then have pauses, and they will not reach such results that they are looking for. Until the next time.